Hi, my name's Liz, and I'm going to be showing you how to hold a violin bow. So this tutorial is going to take you through the steps of how to hold a bow, and this is what a bow looks like. It's a little bit too long for the screen, but you get the idea. So there's a couple of important things that you need to know before you start to hold your violin bow. You are going to be using your other hand, so you can put your left hand down and take out your right hand. Your right hand is placed on the bow down here in this portion. This is called the frog. So you're going to want to start with the frog. It's the one that has more things going on as opposed to the tip, which is just the little tip of the end. One thing to note while you are using your violin bow is that you don't want to touch your fingers on the horsehairs over here. These horsehairs are very delicate, and the oils on your fingers can kind of mess up the combination of how they work and can get them dirty easily. So, back to the frog. You use all 5 of your fingers in order to hold the bow. So we are going to be using the thumb, the pointer, the middle finger, the ring finger, and the pinky. So, the first thing that I like to do is I call this my pirate ship. So this is the ship, and every finger has a different job on the ship. The thumb is going to be below deck, guarding the silver. See this silver part right here? Every violin has one, and that's where the hairs come in and are connected to the bow itself. So the thumb is going to guard the silver down below deck. Now the one thing you do want to make sure is that your thumb is bent, and not straight like that, but bent. So underneath there. The second finger is your pointer finger. Your pointer finger is kind of the lazy shipman. He's just going to hang to the side over here, and he'll adjust as he goes, and he just kind of lounges around. The next finger is your middle finger. The middle finger is like the captain or the anchor. If you were to take all your other fingers off, you could easily hold the bow with just your thumb, which is bent, and your middle finger. So now that we have the lazy shipman, the one down under who's guarding the silver, and the anchor or the captain, we're going to use our ring finger. See this little dot right here? We call the ring finger the one who guards the pearl because it kind of looks like a pearl. So it really does go right over that spot. And finally, we use our pinky. The pinky is the lookout for the ship, so the person that's looking around to see if any other pirate ships are coming. The pinky perches right on top, which is why we call him the lookout. So this is what a good violin bow hold looks like, and you can relax and kind of move it around and figure out what works best for you. This is what I like to do right here. Now, one thing that makes it easier is if you use your violin and you balance it. That way your fingers have a little bit more freedom and they can move a little bit more easily. One other pointer that I have for students who are learning how to play the violin in the beginning is that sometimes you can use your thumb, the one who's guarding the silver, and put them right underneath, all the way under, guarding that silver. That also helps to balance the bow a lot better. I don't even need the violin to hold it up anymore. So this is what a good violin bow hold looks like. So when your thumb is underneath, you don't want to leave it there for too long, maybe a couple months or even a year, depending on how much of a hard time you're having with using your bow hold. And then eventually you want to move it back right in here, and it's going to be touching the little black part and the silver. It's wedged in there a little bit, and again, it's bent, and that's very important that it stays bent. So when you have a good violin bow hold, it looks like this when you play. And that's how you hold a violin bow.